Uber and Lyft need, they right now have Uber X, Pool Black, which is their like luxury line, XL, which is their big, maybe they need a different division of Uber to handle that. Maybe that's what we need to encourage. Maybe that's not a bad idea, said somebody. And maybe well, it's not, I don't know who it is. I can see his face, Eric Kalishkaswani or something like that, that's the head of Uber. And maybe we start an ad campaign to get with him. Because I'm telling you, that's going to make you free. Something that comes up right here. Somebody that meets you and takes you wherever you want to go and drops you off there. Because in a way, buses and trains is as cool as they sound and as economically feasible as possible. That almost sounds like a transportation version of a nursing home. You're being warehoused and transported en masse somewhere. And maybe, just judging by that, I think we really have to look for the future and encourage the ride-sharing services to help out. Becoming more, wheelchair friendly into their vehicles, including that service in Medicare, Medicaid, that they would pay for. Since we are paying into it, Bill's right, it's not an entitlement. Let's think outside the box, because the box keeps moving. It is 2018, but we don't want to solve 2018's problems. We want to solve 2025's problems before they get here. And I think that's the first step. Hey, I'm just, I'm not an inventor. I just play one in debates here in the forums.
Okay, my next question is regarding Social Security. And as many of you know, Social Security for many individuals with disabilities is really their main source of income, both Social Security disability and Social Security income. And my question is, what would you do to preserve and strengthen these programs?
Well, number one, we got to stop letting the government borrow from it. It's stealing our money, and it should be made illegal. It might even be illegal. I don't know. It should be. That's one. I mean, if the generation that's working now is paying everybody. I mean, there's 370 million Americans, and if 370 million Americans are all paying into Social Security, how can it run out? What are they talking about? There's a surplus until you borrow from it, and they've got to stop doing that. You can't pretend like you're balancing a budget by taking from programs that are basically, I mean, it's like an insurance program for people. It really, I mean, you pay into it, you get the care, right? And if it's mandatory that we're all paying into it, which I think is smart, how can the government take out of it? This is an overreach. You were talking about before. Government overreach has to stop. You got to keep your hands off Social Security if you're a government. You can't take from it. Number two, just keep reinforcing the positive aspects of Social Security. You can't continually try to get people to believe that it's some kind of evil entity. I mean, we're paying into it. It helps us when we retire. It helps disabled people to live their daily lives. How can we say that it's an evil entity? How can we say we need to get rid of this? I don't understand people like Paul Ryan who stand up there and with this smug grin say, we got to get rid of Social Security. Okay, what do you propose in its place? Right. And they never have anything. They never have anything to propose in its place. Social Security works as long as you keep your hands off of it and don't try to borrow from it. I would do everything I could if I was a legislator in Congress to make sure that I would protect Social Security from not just other politicians trying to steal from it, but to preserve it and to try to stop having them put these dark labels on them. Like there are these government-run programs that don't work. Well, they do work. You know, the seat that the seat we're running for is a part of government. And I hear a lot of rhetoric these days that government is terrible. Well, there's a lot of terrible things in our government, but government in America is great. Government in America works. And you shouldn't be trying to destroy government or to blow up portions of it like Social Security. You should try to be fixing the things that aren't working so that they could work again. Because, I mean, like Paul Ryan and people like that who say, you know, less government is better. Well, in a certain sense, I agree. Less government is better. But why get rid of things like Social Security that work in lieu of nothing, you know, because you want less government? That's not how this country should run. It's not how things should be done here. I really believe that they want to get rid of Social Security because it's blocking profitability. And a large financial donors that give to these guys to get them in these offices and keep them there, they pay them to do this. They say, hey, look, we're not making enough money here. So you got to get in there and you got to say, hey, Social Security stinks. That's bad. Or borrow from it. Make it fail. And that's got to end. It should be criminalized.
Yeah, I mean, the simplest thing to say is that it's got to be a locked box, the Social Security monies, you know, padlocked. And then there has to be some, if I were elected to Congress, I think one of the most important things is combating the push to turn our Social Security savings over to banks too big to fail, because they're still too big to fail. They failed before and they're inevitably going to fail again. And this is what the push is for, is making you responsible for wisely investing the money that you need to depend on to live. And it's hard for me, and I'm sure it's hard for many people with disabilities. And Social Security is not failing, as the propagandist would have people believe. I guess it's if you tell a lie often enough, they think that it becomes the truth. And it's not so. You tell a lie often enough and it's still a lie. So, yeah, I basically agree with what Bill had to say, and we have to combat, if elected to Congress, this important thing. And the problem with the corporate party candidates is that a lot of their contributions are coming from those investment sectors in our society. And the election of the traditional Democrats and Republicans, for the most part, ensures